Ha már itt vagyunk a Nürburgringnél, akkor mindenképpen érdemesnek tartottam bejönni a vulkán alfához, és beszélgetni egyet Mishával, ugye az egyik legnagyobb arccal itt a környéken. Beszélgessünk akkor vele.
A fékspecialista Rottinger féktárcsák kiváló minőségét megfizethető áron az Elafor 2000 Kft. Biztosítja. Használd a Franky kuponkódot 10% kedvezményért minden termékre a rottinger.hu. Ha felni vagy gumi, csak a Posh Garage. Profi munka, prémium felnik és gumik. Én mindig őket választom, te is tedd ezt, és 10% kedvezményt kapsz a szerelés árából, ha megemlítesz. Garage szereld magad műhely. Csápos, krokodil és motorkerékpár emelők, az összes célszerszám és szakmai segítség. Foglalj időpontot 10% kedvezménnyel a Franky kuponkóddal.
Egy 5 percet kérek ebből a videóból gyorsan, és aztán higgyétek el, azonnal folytatjuk az interjút, de már nagyon régen jelentkeztünk be innen a műhelyből, aminek több oka is van, az egyik pedig az, hogy a Pro Protection most már hamarosan egy nagyobb, többbeállásos műhelyben fogja folytatni a munkálatait, de ez nem jelenti azt, hogy megszűnik a kapcsolódás, szóval a kővédőfóliázás marad, és nyugodtan keressetek a leírásban található elérhetőségek bármelyikén, hogyha fóliázni akarjátok hozni az autótokat. És nincs ez másképp ennél, a Z4-esnél sem, ami szintén, láthatjátok is, hogy egy front kővédő fóliázásra érkezett a Pro Protectionhöz. Viszont én inkább az autóról beszélnék egy kicsit, de nagyon röviden. Ez, amit láthatjátok, egy B58, tehát egy Z4 M40i. Viszont, amilyet még tuti, hogy nem láttatok, az az, hogy nem elég, hogy ez egy B58, hanem itt a középkonzolon bizony láthatunk egy 6 sebességes manuálváltó kart. Igen, hát ilyen nem sűrűn jön szembe senkivel az utcán, azt tuti, egy nagyon-nagyon különleges autóról beszélünk, és a srácok csinálják a kővédő fóliát rá. Természetesen lesz róla videó, mert egy ennyire különleges járművet én nem szeretnék kihagyni. Manuál 6-tal egy B58, az jó. Itt van az R32 is, hát most nincs a legszebb állapotában szegénykém, ki kellett raknunk, mert amint már mondtam, nem igazán férünk el mindig így már egymás mellett, ez nem is gond, mindenki azért növekszik, és haladunk a saját utunkon, de az tuti, hogy a Golf is hamarosan visszanyeri majd a saját gyönyörű formáját. És itt van egy olyan autó, ami szerintem jóval különlegesebb, még talán az előző kettőnél is. Hiszen oké, hogy ez egy 6-os BMW, az E63-as szériából, remélem, hogy eltaláltam a karosszériakódot. A szemfülesebbek viszont már észrevehették, hogy ez bizony nem csak egy 6-os, hanem ha ki tudom nyitni, akkor meg is tudom mutatni, hogy ez milyen 6-os, hiszen itt látunk egy nagyon szép M betűt, valamint mellette egy még ennél is sokkal szebb V10 feliratot. Bizony, ez egy M6-os BMW, a legendás szívó V10-essel, ugye a maga 507 lóerejével, remélem, hogy ezt is jól mondtam, most hirtelen nagyjából ennyire satszoltam, és hát bizony róla is fog készülni egy teljes bemutató és teszt a csatornára, mert nem bírom ki, hogy ezzel ne menjek egy kört. Imádom egyébként ezt az autót, meg úgy az egész karakterét, leginkább mondjuk az 5-ösben, ugye az E60-E61-ben, de azért a 6-os is egy nagyon-nagyon komoly gép, és hát még mennyire komoly gép volt akkor, amikor ezt legyártották. Azért itt egy elég merészet gondoltak a mérnökök. Na mindegy, de ha már itt vagyunk a műhelyben, illetve az irodában, és ha már itt egy 6-os BMW, akkor nézzünk meg gyorsan egy kárvertikál jelentést egy hasonló 6-osról. És itt is van akkor ez a bizonyos 6-os, hát nem egészen ugyanolyan, mint a miénk, ami itt van most bent éppen a műhelyben, hanem ez egy F-es széria. Gyönyörű, a képeken először azt látjuk, hogy egy nagyon szép fekete kupé, én amúgy is imádom ezt a szériás 6-os BMW-t. Viszont, hogyha megnézzük itt a jelentés elején, akkor látjuk, hogy a kilométeróra állás és a sérülés kategóriában is a kárvertikál szerint figyelmet igényel ez a konkrét autó. Hogyha ide a kilométeróra állás blokkhoz letekerünk, akkor látjuk, hogy 2017-ben az autót egyszer 285 000 kilométerrel regisztrálták, utána pedig 2021-ben 207 970-nel. Hát azt tudja, hogy ebben a 4 évben nagyon sokat tolottak az autóval, ez annyira nem biztos, hogy tetszene, hogyha ezt az autót akartam volna éppen megvenni. Ausztriában 2015-ben, majd 16-ban és 17-ben is volt sérülése az autónak, utána pedig 20-ban és 21-ben Horvátországban is össze volt törve az autó, vagy legalábbis javították. Nem tudunk sajnos erről részleteket, de azt látjuk, hogy azért egyszer egy elég nagy értékben sikerült az autót megjavítani, tehát valószínűleg eléggé össze volt törve. De tulajdonképpen ez már elég ahhoz szerintem, hogy elvegye az ember kedvét, mondjuk a konkrét autó megvásárlásától. Legalábbis én úgy gondolom. De hogyha ti sem szeretnétek úgy járni, hogy valami hasonlót vesztek magatoknak, persze véletlenül, akkor mindenképpen kérdezzétek le az éppen kiszemelt autót a CarVerticalon, most 20% kedvezménnyel a Franky kuponkóddal, vagy a leírásban található linken keresztül. És nagyon fontos, hogyha a CarVertical nem talál se jó, se rossz, tehát semmilyen információt az adott autóról, akkor azonnal visszautalják a lekérdezés árát. Szóval Franky kuponkód 20% kedvezményért, vagy a link a leírásban, CarVertical, kérdezzétek le az autótokat, vagy a megvásárolni kívánt autót, most pedig akkor térjünk vissza a videóhoz. Hi Misha, it's nice to have you and I really appreciate that you are into this short interview on our YouTube channel. How does it all started? This Nordschleife thing, the videos you make and things like that.
Yeah, of course. It started slightly more than 10 years ago when I moved here and I got simply a job offer to come and work for a company at the Nürburgring. I was doing something on YouTube back then, but no intention to become what I am today or to actually make it a full-time job even. It was never an intention, but I decided to continue doing that on the side and people liked what I was doing, and one day you have 1,000 subscribers, then you have 10,000. And now we are where we are right now.
And what was that point when it blew up?
There were a couple of pivotal points in my history or like my career of YouTube. One time it was when Robert Kubica came, he to the Nürburgring, F1 driver, and I went for a lap with him, and that actually really, because back then I already had 150,000 subscribers or so, so it was quite a considerable amount, but because of him I gained like another 100,000 plus in a month basically. And then another pivotal point was 2021 when I coincidentally started driving other people's cars. First it was one friend of mine who asked me if I wanted to do a lap with him, then a week after was a friend of his friend, and then, well, where we are today is thousands of people actually come here, and I drive 500 different cars on a year, 1,000 plus laps on a year, basically. So in a week I drive sometimes more cars than people own in their lifetime maybe.
Were you afraid at the first ones when you were driving other people's cars?
I guess the answer is yes, because you're definitely careful, and at the end of the day you always need to be respectful towards other people's possessions, belongings and their lives, because things can go very wrong, so I'm always cautious and I'm not on the limit, but sometimes things can happen, like with either due to the car, due to the track conditions, and also due to myself, because I might be thinking like, I would like to go home to my wife and kid and give them some cuddles, and like, fuck. Yeah, you know, you might zone out as a driver, and at the end of the day, you make a micro mistake that has big consequences. So, because if everyone would be aware that they're going to be crashed there, then they're going to slow down. So no one is, no one ever has intention of crashing.
Yeah, of course, of course. And before you started driving other people's cars, how many laps you had on the Nordschleife?
I would say also already still good, like 2,000-3,000 maybe already, so it was already quite some, because I had my own cars. I was also driving taxis back then. I was racing as well, so I've done a full season in 2019, so I had quite some experience. It's not that I just randomly came here like I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like to drive people's cars, you know,
because it may look like on YouTube that you are just randomly came here, like
I mean essentially I also came randomly just here and I started doing stuff. But even nowadays, because the more views you get, the more kind of people you get to watch and to comment. And even sometimes, even nowadays, you see people commenting like, oh, he's not gonna, like, who the hell he thinks he is?
Yeah.
If you put him in a race car, he won't be able to do anything. Like, guys, I'm like 3 years already a factory driver, racing every month, 24-hour race as well.
Yeah, but they don't know you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the opinion is there that I'm just a guy, and to be fair, it's great, because that also is what attracts people probably to the channel, because to them I'm just a guy that's living everyone's life, and anyone can.
And everyone's dream.
Yeah, everyone's dream. Everyone can do it, but not everyone has done it for whichever reason.
And what about now? Like from 10 years on, how many laps do you have now on the Schleife?
I don't count every single lap. I mean, only from last year on I started to count every car. I have actually like a detailed Excel sheet to see what I've driven, to also just for my administration. Sounds weird, administration, to see which laps I've published already and which I haven't, because I have, for example, like now we are in June, the track has been open for like 3 months. I'm posting every single day, and as of today...
You have a new video every day?
Every day a new video.
Wow.
And
I didn't know that.
Yes, every video. Crazy. Yeah, every day a new video. And right now in June, I have 110 videos in plus that I still need to edit and post. And we're still filming every day multiple.
Wow.
So and then at some point you need to see like, did I publish this actually, or do I have anything even at all? So yeah, last 2 years I've been actually documenting it quite in detail, what I have driven and when. Before that, not really. So.
So you don't know a number?
I don't know exact number, but
okay.
I like to say I drive on average 1,000 plus years per year. With a couple of years there were exceptions, because the first year I didn't do 1,000 laps here, and then we had also COVID, of course, when the track was closed and not much drives were happening, and a couple of other life moments. Basically, we had some floods here in the region, so those 2 years, for example, I didn't do 1,000, but maybe like 700.
Yeah, but almost 1,000 a year.
Yeah, so still.
And you said you drive a lot of cars. Can you tell the best and the worst that you have ever driven? One car, just one for the best and one for the worst.
I mean, the best could be probably this, definitely. Like, you know, the latest GT3 RS, that's hands down the best car out of the box. But does it make me smile?
How?
If I would drive it every time, maybe not. But then we have their Honda Civic that might make me smile every lap for whichever reason, because this you need to drive very fast and on the limit at almost lethal speeds, that when something goes wrong, it goes wrong properly, to actually feel that you're driving the car. And with the old shitbox Civic, you can just send it flat out.
So like it's a more fun experience?
It's more about what does the car give you back in return for the input that you give to it. And for me, like the older cars, that's something for me, it's like very very nice in general. So I cannot tell you like the best car, because every car has different specs, different history.
Was there any car that you were really expected to drive, but it disappointed you so much?
Lamborghini. STO.
I also saw that,
Yeah, so, but it could be that was a bad setup on the car. Whenever car is over-promising something and it doesn't seem to work, then it's kind of, like then it's unfortunate. Yeah,
of course. Yeah. And what about the question banning you from the Nürburgring? Yeah. How does that all came up, and how it is now?
Well, I mean, you always have people that love your stuff and people that necessarily do like your stuff, and also people that adore your stuff and absolutely hate you for whatever reason possible, maybe because I have different color eyes or a different color shirt than they like to have.
But how can this escalate so much, like they are giving out a petition to sign?
So first of all, petition, anyone can start a petition.
Yeah,
it's nothing else, and people just wanted to see like what will happen, and they wanted to poke, and anyone can start a petition about whatever, and they've done it, and well, they've gotten like 600 signatures in a month. Half of them are not even real, because you see not real names or being used twice, or the people trying to sign up with other email addresses. So
actually they are just haters.
And I mean,
haters
I started another petition as well myself, and we gotten 20,000 signatures in 2 days. So, and that was not even about allowing me to stay at the Nürburgring. It's about like having a hunt system on the Nürburgring, for example. So it's, you know, I have combined 4 million followers. Or more actually, because 1.7 on 1.8 almost on YouTube, 1.4 almost on Instagram, and then like 500,000 here and there on Facebook and others. So if among those 4 to 5 million, I haven't gathered at least 600 people that don't like me.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, who the hell cares?
Yeah,
Maybe.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm like, whatever. And the same goes for everyone around it who actually is close to me and valuable. And it's like, sure. You know,
Yeah.
people make petitions about closing the Nürburgring because it's too noisy.
Okay, but they won't close it.
No, but people also sign it because people who have been living here there the whole life, they've made lots of money from it, but now they're 60, 70 years old, they want to retire, and like, Nürburgring is too noisy, we need to close it. It attracts
Jesus.
the wrong people that speed through our street, we need to close it, let's sign this petition to close the Nürburgring. So it's like...
It's something like the Wörterseting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If anything, it done me a lot of good because all of a sudden my name pops up everywhere.
Yeah.
And in the game of social media, thank you very much whoever started the petition. You allow me to live my life even more full.
Are you still excited to drive the Nürburgring, or what do you feel now when you go to the track?
I am. Every lap is different. I mean, some laps are not as exciting as others, but if it's a new car I haven't driven, or it's a car that I have driven but it has a new modification that I have built or installed, or there is an interesting person next to me, the laps I enjoyed the most were the laps I didn't expect to be anything good. Even going back to Robert Kubica lap with a Formula 1 driver, I thought like, yeah, okay, whatever, video is gonna get 50,000 views, but it got in the million in the first like few hours, and that was already like kind of insane. I didn't expect that, like whatever. And many examples like that as well, when you don't think the car is going to do something, or you think the car is going to be average, and the car it might be average, but then you run into a friend of yours on a track, and then you're like, holy shit, it gets really exciting. So
it can be exciting.
It can be.
anytime.
So I still enjoy it, and you need to enjoy it at the same time. Also, sometimes I go out and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I would rather be with my wife and kid. I would rather do something else.
Of course.
When cars fail for whatever reason, or not to extent that we crash, but you feel like, okay, the brake pedal is getting so soft that you need to back down. You're like, it's good that I notice it now. What happened if it would be like in a fast corner, you know? Then like, why am I still doing this? So it's a question that I ask myself every day. So
yeah, of course.
And so overall, I still enjoy it.
Because otherwise you won't do it.
Exactly, exactly. And I also don't have to do it, luckily, because I mean, automotive content is just a small piece of worldwide content, and Nürburgring is even a smaller portion of that. Because how many automotive influencers actually do something with Nürburgring? They maybe come here once a life, and then for the rest,
drive one time, and
for the rest they build cars, drive cars on the street, events or whatever. So it's we'll see what the future will bring.
Are you measuring your lap times now if you drive other people's cars, or have you done it before? And if so, what was the best time?
I never actively measure it for two reasons. First of all, it's just simply illegal during public sessions. On track days, you kind of might be able to do it because it depends
not allowed
on
to drive for time.
You should not, because then you might get the track day organizer in trouble because it depends on the insurances basically, because once you involve time, then it becomes a race and not a public event. So aside from the rules and regulations aside, I also know if you have a lap timer running, you want to achieve a certain time and you will push yourself more. And that's when the accident is going to happen. Even in a race car, we do not have a lap timer running, but we always look afterwards, of course, like what have we done, what could we have done, where could we have been better. On my laps with some very fast cars, I simply look on the GoPro footage at what point did I cross but I never instinctively or like on purpose decide like, you know, I'm gonna go sub 7. So I've done sub 7s in my life for sure, and even faster in racing, because there you run on full slicks in a very fast car.
Of course.
But to be fair, like even qualifying this year, I think half of our team doesn't even do the qualifying basically, because we're like, okay, one of our fast guys goes out, does a fast lap time, and we save the car. And then we go out for the race, because qualifying, who cares, you know? So it all depends. So the only thing matters is the end result. And so far we've been quite good.
So, but actually you have done sub 7s.
Yeah. I mean, even like one of the recent cars I've done was like It was actually on a track day, and there was also no intention of pushing because it was like no helmet, no hands, no nothing. It was the 9FF 9FF Turbo GT3, and I was on the first lap with cold tires. That was like, I think it was 657, 658 or something. That's from the recent cars that I know, like, oh, okay, that was a sub 7. And over the years, like I said, multiple have been there. So it's nice. For me, timing doesn't matter because people will forget those the moment you tell them, and they don't really care. There are a lot of other more important achievements in life that people will remember, or especially your failures. People love to remember your failures.
Yeah. So what if you crash a car? Recently we've seen it, but how does that work after that?
Most of the time, I mean, if it's really due to me and there's like no other external factor, even if something like the car done something crazy at high speed, I drove at high speed. So high speed crashes or whatever is like really directly to me, I take care of that. Basically, I say like, hey, you trusted me with your car, I'm gonna make sure that everything is gonna be fine. Now, if there's a clear technical failure, I had a couple of engine failures, for example, where it was clear I did not over rev, I did not miss shift. I'm like, sorry, dude, that can happen to you. It's, it's like, it's on you. Or if someone else crashes into us from behind, that's also could happen to you or to someone else.
No matter who the driver is,
Technically, contractually speaking, I'm not obliged to fix anything. Morally speaking, sure. But at the end of the day, I never ask people for the laps. People actually come to me like, here are my keys, go drive. And at that point, it's like, okay, thank you. But accidents might happen. So I'm in a position where I'm able to fix cars, and I do that whenever shit happens. But there are plenty of alternative examples here in the region where people go out with other people's cars, they crash and they're like, oh yeah. Things happen. And then they say something about me. They're like,
Actually, do they sign a contract or something? Or
No. It's because once you start getting contractual, then it becomes a form of business. And once it becomes a form of business, then you can have even more legal stuff and consequences. Because at the end of the day, even like the stuff that I do in public sessions, it's public sessions. You're not really allowed to operate any kind of business there, because once you have a contract, it becomes like taxi drives. And taxi drives, you're only allowed to have if you have a license for taxi laps, and 4 companies per 3 years get those licenses. So therefore, it's like all at own fun and games and risk. And so far, it's been going quite good. But getting older and understanding the risks, don't know how long I will keep on doing that, basically.
Yeah, I see. And what about the people who come here and give them keys to you and you just drive them cars? If you would have to categorize them like someone with the GoPro who always films herself or himself, or someone who is never speaking because he's just so frightened, or someone who is always speaking with you because he tries to look like he is not frightened, or what kind of people do you meet? It's a combination
of everything. You have, and I think this is also what makes my content so watchable for people, because every day is a different car, different person, different reaction, different reason. You have almost pro race cars, you have some old shit boxes, and you have everything in between. And this is what makes it interesting. And also regarding people, you can have an actual active influencers who come here really for content. You can have just someone, you can have an 18-year-old kid who just got his first car. You can have someone who owned a very special car for the last literally 50 years. I had recently like BMW E9 CSL, and was the second owner. He bought the car 46 years ago. 46 years ago, and then 10 years ago he decided to modify it. So it's like, it's a different story. And that person didn't even want to be on camera. He's like, you know what, here's my car. I'm going to go drive it. And it's everything in between. You have very quiet people, you have people who scream, who yell, and that's what also makes interesting for me. Because every day it's a different person, different car.
What do you do here? Just because I see a lot of crazy cars.
So right now we don't do much other than building the building, actually. Because, well, Vulcan Alpha is a company I co-founded a year ago, and we are, in the essence, we're an engineering company where we design, develop, engineer automotive components with a focus on aerodynamic performance parts, so wings, splitters, and everything in between. That we do behind the scenes, and we moved here a month and a half ago, and we started building this building to a proper workshop. So right now, if you see, it's actually a big mess. We actually installed the lifts like last week. Right now they're being connected. We're having like tire mounting facilities coming in. It will be basically a proper workshop. So we will work on cars, prepare cars, build cars, but also design.
At the best place it could be.
Exactly, exactly, definitely. Wow. But not only for locals, because I mean, majority of people that come here are tourists. And we also have, the majority of our customers are also outside of Germany. So we actually develop parts and build parts for non-German cars without keeping street legality in mind, basically. We just go for maximum performance.
What do you think about the new RS3? Just because you don't have to, but this is our merch.
I love it, actually. So I haven't driven the last. I've driven the 8Y,
this facelifted one,
but the facelifted should be even better with the new torque vectoring. But I haven't done anything else basically before. The previous one was already nicely impressive. I liked how it performed on track. So the new one should be even better. So I guess
it's even better. But I mostly wanted
to do
sound
is even better, right?
I wanted to do this interview, and I didn't want to give my keys to you. Okay. But maybe sometimes. But yeah, it's really cool. And wow, I'm amazed that you said also this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for this.
Thank you.
One.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for letting us in.
Yeah, for sure.
It was really nice. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Awesome.
See you next time.
Thank you. See you.
Bye.
Bye.